Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori and this is Africa 54. Now, first tonight, pressure mounts on Boko Haram. The United Nations could impose sanctions Thursday on the Nigerian-based Islamist group. Boko Haram has been blamed for thousands of deaths since launching an uprising against the government in 2009. And the group is also blamed for the high-profile kidnapping of more than 250 schoolgirls in Nigeria last month. U.S. President Barack Obama announced the deployment of 80 U.S. military personnel to neighboring Chad to help and find and rescue the girls. Now, for details, we are joined by VOA's Jeff Seldin at the Pentagon. Jeff, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what exactly will this 80 U.S. personnel, military personnel, do once they get there?
Well, we've learned that some of those personnel, all from the U.S. Air Force, have arrived in Chad and are now in place. Once the team is fully in place, it's expected they'll start flying reconnaissance flights using unmanned aerial vehicles, used in military parlance called UAVs. Most of the world knows them as drones. And these drones will be conducting flights over northern Nigeria in areas where the U.S. government thinks it's likely these schoolgirls are being held. And this is just part of a larger effort the U.S. has already started with other unmanned surveillance flights and also some manned surveillance flights using turboprop planes looking for the girls and trying to find their location. But as of today, officials here at the Pentagon say they have yet to find any trace of where the girls are being held.
And that's a critical question. If they see something, they see perhaps a group of these girls, what then?
Well, the way the situation is set up, the Pentagon, the U.S. officials have been adamant that they will do as much as they can to help, but the U.S. is not going to be putting boots on the ground, committing combat troops to a search and rescue mission. So what would likely happen if they did spot something is that information would then be relayed to the U.S. Coordination Cell, which is in the U.S. Embassy in Abuja and has been talking back and forth with the Nigerian government, also with other countries that have sent teams to Nigeria to help. That information would somehow be relayed to the Nigerian military, and the U.S. military says whatever happens next, it's the Nigerian military that would be in the lead.
Well, Jeff, thank you very much for your reporting. Jeff Seldin, Voice of America, reporting live from the Pentagon. Well, here in Washington, a Boko Haram survivor recounted her harrowing story to the media on Capitol Hill. Congressional correspondent Cindy Saine has our report.
A Nigerian teenager came to Washington to tell how she lost her family to Boko Haram in December 2011. Deborah Peter said 3 men came to her home and shot and killed her father and brother in front of her because of their Christian faith. She also appealed for help for the schoolgirls kidnapped by Boko Haram from her same village, Chibok.
I want them to maybe send armies to find the girls, or maybe they should help them for the people that lost their family, to come school here like me.
Peter now goes to school in Virginia. Members of Congress were visibly moved, including Elliot Engel.
And I want to take this opportunity to thank Deborah for having the courage to come here and speak with us. You will see when she talks what a fine young lady she is.
At a hearing on Boko Haram, House Foreign Affairs Chairman Ed Royce said more girls are being snatched and more people are being targeted for death.
The difficulty is that Boko Haram is in a process of expanding their terror, and the frequency of these attacks, the attacks on girls, that's been an evolution. I mean, as they've intimidated and frightened the Nigerian military, they're now to the point where a lot of military units have run away.
Royce called for U.S. forces to help Nigerian units track down the girls and to plan and organize a rescue mission. Asked about the health and welfare of the girls, senior State Department official Sarah Sewell was cautiously optimistic.
Given time, I am hopeful that we will make progress.
Republicans and Democrats in Congress agree that the U.S. needs to boost its efforts to help rescue the girls and to curb future attacks. Cindy Saine, VOA News on Capitol Hill.